Will Brandon Ingram's contract dispute bleed into training camp? There's only one way to find out. That's right now with the Pelicans Scoop. What is good, everybody? I am back on a wet and rainy Tuesday. Hopefully you guys are staying dry since you're locked in with me right now. Stop what you're doing. Like, comment, subscribe, smash that like button. And if you're rocking with me, I'm rocking with you. And today on this fine, what today is? Today is the September 10th. On the September 10th, will Brandon Ingram's contract dispute bleed into training camp? So, as you guys will know, the New Orleans Pelicans at this point, we're not the Lakers, man. We're not gonna have headlines and whatnot, constant BS going on. That's a good thing to have. I'm not sitting there taking nothing away from the Pelicans. That is a great problem to have. You don't have any type of distractions this year going into training camp. Usually years past, the distraction would have been is Zion healthy, or when he had the whole thing with Mariah Mills last summer, that ordeal, or really it's really only been Zion. Now I think about it, like that's really who's been like the training camp noise per se. Like, ooh, media day come. How does Zion look like? Just we're not really worried about that. And media day specifically is September 30th, so that's coming right around. So, be prepared to just the BS is gonna come. Like, how does Brandon Ingram look? I promise you now, y'all can sit there and clip this right now. It will be a talking point when because in media day, the players come in to take pictures or whatnot. The media asks them questions, how they feeling about the season, whatnot. So y'all can already prepare that they're gonna ask Brandon Ingram about this contract. How does he feel? And what is for the direction of the team and blah blah blah. So people are gonna just try and nitpick. Watch. He probably won't be smiling. He'll answer a question. They're gonna be like, "Oh, Brandon Ingram, he's not happy to be here. Look at his demeanor." Even though he rarely smiles, but that's how they're gonna be. They're gonna be nitpicking media day. Like, Zion gonna come in. He's probably gonna look amazing. And they're gonna be like, "Zion finally bought in. His body is right." But his body has been right like the last 2 years, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. He came into the year like the last 2-3 years on top of it. I know for a fact last year, in the year that was the number one seed, in December before he went down in January, he definitely was on point. Well, he started a little slow, but Zion usually be on point. So those are just going to be talking points. And the reason why today's is about, will this contract dispute really bleed into it, is because there is something happened recently over my last video over the weekend. Something happened. And what happened was Jamal Murray for the Denver Nuggets, he signed a contract extension. He just recently signed a 4-year, $208 million contract extension with the Denver Nuggets. And you're asking me, Jordan, why do we care? Why do we care about that? Why should we care? Well, the reason why is Jamal Murray's agent. His name is Jeff Schwartz. Well, Jeff Schwartz and Mike George. But Jeff Schwartz, he's also the agent of Brandon Ingram. Coincidence? Even though it was never really up in air where the Nuggets going to give Jamal Murray a contract, because the Pelicans making it loud and clear that Trey Murphy is more of a priority at this point about getting that contract done than Brandon Ingram. But that's neither here nor there, because I don't make the decisions. I just sit here and talk to y'all about it, about what's going on, and from my perspective of what I think is. So from my perspective is, Jeff Schwartz, he just recently got his deal done with Jamal Murray. You'll be an idiot. You would literally be the idiot to not think that he's not trying to get this same exact deal done for Brandon Ingram. So the reason why I'm taking that, even though Jamal Murray is a guard, but I'm taking that 4-year, $280 million, that's probably something Brandon Ingram's asking for. That's probably his asking price. If that's his, I don't want to put all my eggs in a basket, but at this point, there's really no more basket to put my eggs in. But this one basket is that Brandon Ingram agent is the same agent as Jamal Murray, who recently just got his contract done. He's probably asking for right around the same amount. So a Brandon Ingram contract, if y'all don't remember, was a 5-year, $158 million deal. Basically 1 year left. So he's paying with no extra years on his contract. He only got 1 year on his contract this year. So if he's asking for he's not asking for, he already had $158 million. You best believe he wants that pay raise, because who wants a pay cut at 26, 27 years old? Like, and he's not a role player. You know, he's kind of a star-ish. He's not a superstar, but he's star, all-star type of player in that role. Like, if there is tiers in the NBA, he's not an S tier. He's not A tier. He might be B tier. B tier, and that's okay. It's NBA. You're the best 400 players in the world. The best in the world. So that's not a slight. Like, this is not him playing low college ball level. You know, he's a top player in low ball. Like, no, he's a top player in the NBA. So I'm assuming he's not asking for a pay cut. He's asking for a pay raise. So with Jamal Murray signed at $208 million, I'm assuming that's where they're looking for, and that's probably why it's not getting done, because that is a very high asking price, especially when you have Trey Murphy contract on the back burner down that pipeline, and you can't keep everybody, man. You're already paying CJ, you're already paying Zion, so you can't keep everybody. It's not possible. We're not the Boston Celtics, okay? That's not our ownership. We don't have the Boston Celtics ownership where they just signing anybody to a $100, $200, $300 million deal, and they just gonna sell the team to somebody even richer. That's not a predicament. We're not, we don't have that type of luxury. That's okay, because we make it work. It's not a slight against the Pelicans. We're a small market team, bro. That's just what it comes with. So you have to be mindful of the contracts you're giving, because you don't have the type of wiggle room to sit there and just be signing guys to these wicked contracts, because in the day you still got to pay them. Somebody has to pay them. Somebody's going to have to pay those Boston Celtics contracts. Somebody's going to have to pay Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Derek White, Kristaps Porzingis, Drew Holiday. Somebody has to pay them. That's why the ownership of the Celtics are trying to sell the team to somebody that's going to pay those contracts, so they don't have to do that. We want a chip. We're good. So all in all, man, will this bleed into training camp? Yes, it will. It will be headlines. When you're dealing with a team that doesn't really have many headlines, like they don't have the option to fish on, is Zion healthy? Is Zion lost? They don't have that. They don't have the option. They're not really gonna have that to do this year. Other than, like, maybe you might hear some DeJounte Murray stuff. Regardless of the fact, when the media shows up on September 30th for Media Day, their main focus is to dive into Brandon Ingram, all that. We're gonna get to the nitty-gritty about Brandon Ingram. So you'd be a fool. You would really be a fool to think that's not their approach. And I think, will it get ugly? You know, everybody, let's have an exercise right now, okay? So I'll have an exercise. Will this get ugly? I'm not gonna say it'll get ugly like how James Harden's situation got ugly. You know, I'm not gonna say it's gonna get ugly like the Cincinnati Bengals with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. I think it's gonna get ugly like that. You know, that's football, but that's an ugly situation. It's rearing its rear. I don't think it'll get ugly. I don't know if it's like this. It's a real stalemate. I don't think, who's gonna give first. Who's gonna give first? I don't know. Who would that be? Would it be Brandon Ingram's camp? Would it be the Pelicans? Somebody's got to give first. There's got to be, when there's give, there's some take. When there's give, there's some take. So somebody's got to take something. Somebody's got to give something. Man, I'm not gonna say it's gonna bleed into the training camp. Yes, we can confirm that it's gonna bleed into the training camp, but it's about moving past training camp. So training camp this year is October 1st through the 6th for the Pelicans. And media day is September 30th. So in that time frame, from September 30th to October 6th, it's hot. Okay, that's gonna be one of the hottest points of the season. That's really not even supposed to be the hottest point of the season. It's supposed to be around trading deadline and all that. But that's gonna be hot, bro. The noise is gonna be there. It's about can they show up and block out the noise and show up every day and obviously every team wants to win the NBA championship, right? So can they have the gall to block out the noise? Let's lock in. Let's get our work done, and let's try and start off hot, because when you're in the Western Conference, you don't want to fall behind. Like the Pelicans have been in situations in the past where they've just absolutely tanked the beginning of the season and catch on hot towards the end of the season. You're just playing catch up. That's not how we need to be, especially that's not how it needs to be, especially when you're in the Western Conference, because if you believe that 1 through 8 in the West are going to start off slow, you're sadly mistaken. The West is going to come out hot like they usually do and dominate. So it's about weeding out the men from the boys. And there's levels when the NBA season, right? So you kind of have that team that gets hot at the end, like right at the All-Star break, that team that gets hot, that takes that run. You're that team that is extremely hot out the gate, that kind of fizzles off. You're that team that's like steady coming. They steady coming. Just steady all season. You know, might have an injury here and there, and they just fall off. Well, when you're in the West, your best odds, man, you need to come out the gate smoking. Come out the gate smoking. And with the Pelicans schedule, it's very possible they can come out the gate smoking. Very possible. Set up perfectly for them to come out the gate smoking, matter of fact. Perfectly. Set up perfectly. Pelicans to dominate straight out the gate because the first game is against the Chicago Bulls, October 23rd. That's not a world beater. And then I'm pretty sure the next two are against the Warriors, but then it's Portland after that. Set up perfectly for them to come out the gate hot, and that's going to be a key in the Western Conference. And it's God willingly that Brandon Ingram is not there. Like, he's on the team, but he's not bringing a black cloud over the team. Because that's not what we need, man. Like, this is finally the year you're putting out the Zion noise. There's really no type of questions about what type of form, shape. Is he healthy? That shouldn't even be a question that needs to be in people's minds. So you're replacing that with a contract dispute. So, that's all you can say. It's like, what are we going to do? Like, why? But beggars can't be choosers, man, because it could be a lot worse. It could be a lot worse. Certain teams, the noise they're going to be hearing during media day with some of the stuff players did over the offseason, and we're okay. So the worst thing we got to worry about is a contract dispute. That's okay. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Things will be right. So all in all, we shall see how this will go. Hopefully it does not burn us, but only time will tell, man. Only time will tell. So appreciate everybody for stopping in for another episode of the Pelicans Scoop. Shout out to New Orleans Saints for getting that dub. 1-0, baby. This has been your boy, Jordan Kitchens. I'm surprised I didn't say that earlier, but y'all should know me by now. But I'm going to keep saying it's your boy, Jordan Kitchens. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you know when the Pelican Scoop is dropping. Just the road to October 23rd, man. That's what we're going to start saying, the road to October 23rd. Matter of fact, comment that if you made it to this far in the video. The road to October 23rd. That's when the day of reckoning comes for the New Orleans Pelicans against the Chicago Bulls. But this has been, like I said, another episode of the Pelican Scoop. And I am signing out. It's your boy, Jordan Kitchens. Oh, and hopefully everybody is staying safe with this hurricane that's coming in. You know, it's a hurricane coming in to the South Louisiana area. So everybody stay safe. Everybody be prepared. Stay dry out there. Deuces. See y'all.